What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Sorry, guys, I've been gone for a bit. Definitely am happy to be back. We have a lot to talk about. By the way, guys, can you guys hear me? Sound check. Just want to make sure everything is rocking and rolling. Let's see. All right, cool. Yeah, we're good to go, guys. Sweet. Sorry about that. So definitely, guys, like I said, salute on six, salute Cool Kev. Definitely happy to have you guys here on the show. Everybody's gonna pull up. Please hit that like button. And got lots to talk about, guys. Let me get my notes here out. Let's see. So definitely, guys. First of all, I want to kick it off with uh, Dave Ziegler, our GM. Haven't talked about him in a minute, right? So he definitely made some big moves last year. Brought in Davante Adams. That was a big trade, huge trade, as a matter of fact. When was the last time that we had any type of general manager that brought in some elite talent, at least via trade? It's been a while, right, guys? So that was great to see. Definitely am happy about that. Of course, he did extend some of our homegrown talent in Waller, Crosby, and Renfro, and that's always great to see. And of course, he got Parham, excuse me, guys. He's been doing really, really solid. At least his rookie season was great. Now, is he going to be a guard or a center? That is to be determined. There were some rumors that Andre James might be getting extended, which isn't terrible. You know, he's a solid center, definitely not elite, but hey, if he's going to come at a decent price where we can still keep building our O-line, then I'm not against it. What do you guys think, by the way, guys? Please, definitely let me know down in the comments. Excuse me. So yeah, guys. So Dave Ziegler had a solid, I would say, first year, right? Chandler Jones. I mean, hindsight is 2020. It was a solid signing at the time. We all thought that he would do better than Ngakoue. All right, and we got some more comments in here. Sweet. What do we got? We got Nightmare. Salute, Nightmare. Salute to you. Richard Lyon. Salute, brother. Salute, my brother Prez. Who else we got? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Just trying to see the comments here. I'll be outside. Man, shout out to you, Aunt Six. Let's see, boys. So that would cover, I guess, the first year, Dave Ziegler. I know it was pretty fast, but overall, I would say it was definitely solid, guys. Like I said, Davante Adams was definitely the crown jewel of our offseason last year. A great get, only took a first and a second round pick when, hey, I mean, somebody of his caliber could have gone for 2 first rounders, and I feel like he definitely did a solid trade there. All right, boys. So Death Star, salute to you, bro. Let's see. So season recap. Let's see. Disappointing season. Yeah, guys, that's definitely on my notes there. I would classify it as a disappointing season. I would say that this offseason, I had the most hype going into any offseason in recent memory, I would say. Davante Adams, Derek Carr looked like he was going to do really good under McDaniels. Josh Jacobs, Waller, Renfro, of course, everyone, guys, all the firepower. It just seemed like it was going to be a hell of a season, right? Especially, playoffs last year, right? Building on that. I mean, it was only uphill from there. At least that's what we thought. But overall, it was definitely a learning season, right? Crosby still did his thing. Josh Jacobs, man. Josh Jacobs was definitely the MVP of last season. I feel like when McDaniels came in, right, he did everything in his power to pretty much trade Jacobs, as we all know, right? Played him in the Hall of Fame game, played him in all the preseason games. And Jacobs just kept showing him, man, like, hey, you know what? I can't be stopped. I'm gonna be doing my thing. And hey, he was the leading rusher, guys. That was definitely awesome to see. Big shout out to you, Jacobs. You pretty much carried us to a couple wins last year single-handedly. So that was definitely great to see, guys. Let's see. So Derek Carr released. Not going to linger too much on this particular topic because I know it's very divisive in the Raider Nation. So this is what I will say. Derek Carr, thank you for what you did for us. When you were here, you played your heart out. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You left with class and with pride and poise. As a fan, I salute you. I say good luck, except when you play us. But that's just about it. I have really nothing else to say, man. Just really focused on the Raiders over here. Now, yeah, that was definitely crazy, right, guys? Who saw that coming? As far as the upcoming offseason, guys, free agency and the draft, so many things going on there. Damn. I personally want to see Jay Stroud. I thought Ziegler could have traded up a few spots and secured him. Now that the Panthers have obviously traded up to 1, that's out the window. They're going to take CJ Stroud, which is, hey, man, shout out to them. They're going out to get their guy. So that's great to see. For us, I would say let's stay put at 7, guys. I know a lot of people like Levis. A lot of people like Richardson. I'm just going to let you guys know they're not my cup of tea, at least not in the first round. Levis is really raw, and people say, hey, he's got confidence, he's got moxie. Well, you know who else had that, guys? Baker Mayfield. And look what happened there, right? That doesn't win you games. Richardson, very, very limited sample size, accuracy issues. If we were talking about taking them in the 2nd or 3rd round, hey, man, I'm all for it. Cool. But they're not top 10 talents, in my opinion, right? I mean, we can all have different opinions about that. So with that being said, guys, I mean, if somehow Bryce Young was to still be on there, excuse me, it would be great to get him. I know he's got size issues as far as he's a short quarterback, but I feel like he could get it done. He had tall offensive linemen in Alabama, and I mean, kid did his thing, right? But really, realistically, the quarterback that I would like us to target would be Hooker in the 2nd round. Hendon Hooker, to be precise. Kid is a baller. 2nd round pick would be great. That leaves us in the 1st round to either trade back and get more picks or to stand by and get the best player available. Which a player that I really like, guys, at that spot, would be Christian Gonzalez, the corner out of Oregon. Kid is a baller. Tons of talent there. I feel like he reminds me of Young Woodson. Man, that's a GOAT. So definitely not saying that he's going to be him, but he definitely reminds me the way he plays. And I haven't seen that in a very long time. That's my favorite athlete of all time. Shout out to you, the GOAT, Seawood. But that's definitely a player that I do like. As a matter of fact, guys, definitely in the comments. Let's see here. Please let me know who you guys want to get at quarterback. I would love to have a discussion. Healthy debates are always great, always welcome here. So definitely want to, this is all about having a dialogue, having a conversation. So please let me know what you guys think. Excuse me as I get my notes real quick. Just want to make sure that I touch on all the topics. Oh, right. And somebody that I definitely can't forget about would be Stidham. We got to resign him, guys. Whether he's a backup or starter, he would be cheap, right? He knows McDaniel's playbook. At the end of the day, he's a safe insurance quarterback, right? So we can at least sign him. Solid backup, like I mentioned. As a starter, obviously he's not the guy we do want, but hey, he can get it done if Ziegler does upgrade our defense and our offense keeps doing their thing. And by doing that thing, I mean getting back to 2 years ago when they were really explosive, not last year when it was so. Let's see, on 6. I want CJ, but I think we draft Levis. Yeah, so CJ Stroud, definitely, bro. That's who I wanted as well. As far as Levis, if we trade back and got him, that'd be cool. I just don't see the value there at that particular pick. Kid is immensely talented, no denying that, but I just don't see the itch factor. So I would say if we trade back, let's definitely get him. I know that he possibly wouldn't be there because, I mean, let's face it, guys, quarterbacks always go real early just because it's such an important position. But I want us to really nail this pick, guys. We got to remember, we're in division with Mahomes, Herbert, and, well, Sean Payton, right? He's not the quarterback, but he's an elite head coach. So we really got to be able to build ourselves for the next 10 years with this quarterback, guys. I really want us to get it right. Yes, we could get Levis or Richardson at 7. We don't get it right, we could always get somebody else next year, but then that's kind of a wasted pick, right? Of course, we won't know till the players actually play. But I'm just saying, when there's there's some elite defenders that will be there at that position. At 7. So that's definitely something I'd like to take advantage of, is getting an elite defender. We need to build this defense. This defense was atrocious last year. Seeing some games where we really should have won, right? We should have won a couple of games. And man, we just made some quarterbacks look like freaking Hall of Famers last year. And that was sickening, guys. I'm so sick of that. I definitely want us to build our defense. Hey, if it's even top 20, I will take a top 20. That's a huge improvement. And as long as we're improving, that's really all we can ask. Let's see. Levis equals Mac Jones with a stronger arm. You know what? Shout out to you on 6. That's definitely a great point. Hey, Mac Jones was Rookie of the Year. Debatable, could have gone to him or somebody else, but hey, the kid won that title, excuse me, and he played well under McDaniel. So I still say no to Levis at 7, but if we get him, man, then it's just we're gonna have to let him sit for a little bit, and hopefully, hey, whoever comes in at the end of the day, guys, I'm gonna support, and I'm just gonna wish the best for. Obviously, just win, baby, right? So that's that. But again, some elite defenders on there as well. Other corners, we got some great DEs. As far as Jalen Carter, generational defensive talent, guys. Great player. If we got him, I wouldn't be upset. But one thing I do want to make clear is I'm really hesitant with the morality of what happened there. Obviously, there is he's probably not going to get charged with any criminally, excuse me, but just the morality of it, right? I mean, you just leave somebody. Never mind. I'm not going to get too deep into that subject with him there. That was his choice. Rest in peace to the people that didn't make it there. But it is what it is. If Ziegler determines, hey, he's a good fit in our locker room, this is not going to be a distraction. Kid is going to be good for us, and this is what we want, then hey, I'm going to support it. Again, kind of a hard pill to swallow, pause, but definitely wanted to make my comments or my thoughts there, guys. Please let me know in the comments, guys. Definitely want to keep hearing from you guys. Again, this is a dialogue. This is a conversation. I am so happy to be back and to be talking Raiders. This is crazy. Of course, I will be having some additional streams where I will be covering just the NFL in general, as far as potential offseason moves, drafts that I think are going to happen, because it's always Raider Nation first, of course. But I am also a football fan, so I definitely want to just but those will be separate videos, guys. That's just in general. If you guys also love just football and can't get enough of football, then we'll definitely have some good dialogue there, of course. With that being said, guys, please hit me in the comments. Definitely hit me with your top 2 prospects, because we all know that it's always good to have a contingency plan at all times for any situation, right? If, hey, this doesn't work out, then this will. So please hit me with your top 2 prospects. Who do you want to draft at 7? And if you want to trade back, definitely tell me you want to trade back. If you want to trade up, definitely tell me who you want to trade up for. Richard Lyon, brother, who do you want to get? Are you thinking about Levis as well? Dustin, anybody who wants to have a conversation here, guys, please let me know. Let me know. What I will say, actually, something I do want to touch base on, free agency, right? I guess we can always start there. It's only a couple days away. Cornerback, Rock Ya-Sin. Ziegler, lock that man down. Pause. What I mean is he did great for us last year, right? Ya-Sin played his heart out, played good in Patrick Graham's scheme. Patrick Graham didn't have a great product on the field. Ya-Sin was one of the bright spots. Excuse me. Let's see. On 6, I want 2 coverage linebackers, man. Yes, absolutely. I am absolutely with you on that, bro. I have actually been contemplating, right? That's the next topic I'm going to touch on the linebackers. Just let me touch about the DBs real quick. So with the DB room, definitely want to get Yasin locked down. We still get Hobbs in the slot, and Gonzalez would be my pick at 7. That's 3 awesome DBs. Linebackers, absolutely. Like On Six is saying, we need some coverage linebackers, guys. Let's face it, we got Travis Kelce in our division, and it is sickening when it's 3rd and long, 4th and long, and us as fans know what's going to happen. He's going to throw it to Kelce, and he's going to get that first down or a damn touchdown every single time. It's sickening, right? And it never fails. He always does that because who do we put, like Perriman in the middle, which, man, shout out to Perriman. He did great for us as a run stopper. Obviously not great in coverage. But definitely want to have somebody that can, I won't say go to toe-to-toe with Kelce because it's difficult to go toe-to-toe with elite tight ends, right? But at least somebody that will definitely challenge him and cover that middle, right? Somebody that can patrol. As a matter of fact, On Six, who do you have in mind, bro? I know there's some really good linebackers on free agency. As a matter of fact, let me pull that up real quick. I know we got Bobby Wagner out there. That's a huge, obviously name. Let's see, free agent linebackers. Spot Track. They should let us know. All right, here we go. We got Zach Cunningham, Deion Jones, Lavonte David. That is a name that I would like to sign. Lavonte David, Devin White would be 2 great linebackers. Eric Kendricks, Devin Bush, Tremaine Edmonds out of Buffalo. Absolutely. Oh, God. Corey Littleton, guys. No, we're still paying for Corey Littleton. As a matter of fact, something that I do want to say real quick, some people, some of the Raider Nation were saying that we should restructure Chandler Jones because Max Crosby restructured. Max is awesome that he restructured, man. Shout out to you, right? Thank you so much for doing that. As far as Chandler Jones, let's not restructure him, guys. And it's simple as far as why. If we keep Chandler Jones as is, we can cut him next year with a very small cap hit. If we restructure his contract, we're kicking that can down the road, a la a Littleton, right? Where we're still paying for the guy 2-3 years after they're gone. And that's not what we want to do. We don't want to set ourselves up for that, right? We want to make sure that let's just pay Chandler Jones. If he does good, great. If he doesn't, then let's just get his ass out of here at the end of the season and upgrade him next year, right? Because regardless, we're still stuck with him this year. So as far as linebackers, guys, definitely would like I said, Devin White out of the Bucks. Let's see. Nick Kwiatkowski. He was in the team a couple seasons ago as well. If we brought him back for depth, would it be terrible? Of course, there's other players that would be good. And I'm checking here, guys. As I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say Lavonte David is definitely a name that would be great for us. So yeah, Chandler Jones definitely needs to go after this year, right? And that's just one thing that I did want to let you guys know as far as restructuring. We just got to keep that in mind. Let's not embrace that mentality of let's just kick the can down the road, right? So besides that, guys, that's definitely some linebackers, a couple of DBs that would be great for us. As far as defensive tackles, there's always Hargrave, of course, out of the Eagles. Big name there, big money, free agent. Now, I don't. It would be nice to get him. Don't get me wrong. It would be great to get him. But do you guys think it's better to go after another defensive tackle and really focus our money in getting more secondary help? Because there's also James Bradbury that's going to be available. He played under Patrick Graham. Jesse Bates will be available. A couple other safeties are going to be available. So actually, do this, guys, if you don't mind. Definitely drop down a couple names on who you would like to bring in. Again, we're gonna have some great Big Worm. Shout out to you, bro. What is up, bro? Definitely, guys, put a couple of names of who you'd like to bring in via the draft. Again, tons of defensive talent available. Let me bring up the list here. Sorry, guys. I apologize for the silence. I'm getting that pulled up. NFL free agency here. Sweet. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's not what we want. That's Spot Track. Here we go. Of course, it lists all the quarterbacks first. Let's see. Who would you like to see at kick and punt returner? Damn, that's a good question, bro. So as far as punt returner, definitely not Renfro. He's great at being shifty, but let's face it, guys. Every time he's back there, I feel like he's going to get hurt. Those hits that he takes are unnecessary. So with that, I like Abdullah. I like Abdullah at returner. Excuse me. He's very shifty, very fast, and we'd resigned him. So Abdullah would be great if we were to get somebody else, a speedster, in the draft or in free agency. Then that'd be great. We thought T. Billy was going to be that guy last year. He was not. Keelan Cole, an interesting name, right? He played his heart out for us last year. If he was to get resigned, I'd like to see what he can do as well. Kid is fast, and he's also a playmaker. But my money right now would be on Abdullah. Hobbs outside, back to slot. Oh, definitely back to the slot on 6, because although Hobbs was being solid, I would say on the edges, right, going on against that one or two, number 1, number 2 wide receiver, I feel like in the slot he was just dominant, right? So my whole philosophy with players is, even if it's not the most glamorous position as far as a corner in the slot, right? Just put them where they are playmakers, right? So Hobbs back in the slot, let him be elite there. Lock down Yasin on one side, and then if you want to get a rookie on the other side, or if you want to get somebody like James Bradbury, anything like that would be great. I do want to have a great secondary just because we haven't had that in a long time, but more importantly, because we face some elite receivers in our division. Keelan Cole, Tyreek Hill is now gone, which is great, right? But we still got Keelan Cole, Mr. fucking barbecue chicken himself. But Mike Williams, right? Just from the Chargers alone, we still got Cortland Sutton out with the Donkeys. Jerry Jeudy, he did really good last year. Well, he improved, I would say. And then the Chiefs. The Chiefs got Kels and whoever the hell back there. Sky Moore. Juju played well for them. So definitely need to have some great DBs to be able to lock them down. Low, bro. Shout out to you, man. Salute. Definitely, guys. If anybody who's just joined this the video, by the way, guys, definitely please hit that like button. Subscribe, please. I'm definitely here to stay. Going to be doing lots of content. This has been a quick recap so far. We're about 23 minutes in. Just kind of from last year, it was a quick overview of what Ziegler did, right? The big ticket item was Davante Adams. Let's not forget that was a huge trade. And now we're talking about the free agents, right? We're talking about defense. So please drop down 2 names on who you want to bring in. 2 defense, or you know what? It could be offensive, defensive. It doesn't matter. Just drop down 2 free agents down in the comments. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Let's see. Excuse me, guys. Now, something that I would love to see is Ziegler to go get help for Max Crosby, right? And what I mean is somebody that could potentially sign to a friendly deal that could be an outside linebacker / defensive end for us. Say with me, Khalil Mack, the return of the Mack, right? If he does get released by the Chargers, I would love to have Khalil Mack back in the silver and black. My favorite athlete, Raider of all time, and just athlete in general, is Charles Woodson, right? Like I said that earlier. In my generation, though, somebody that was similar to my age was Khalil Mack. Loved the guy when he was in the black and silver. Sad to see him go. Actually disgusted to see him go when Gruden came in to the Bears. That was terrible, right? I still have 3 jerseys that I have, and I've not gotten rid of those in case he ever returns, a la Charles Woodson, right? When he came back from Green Bay. So I would love to have Khalil Mack back. What do you guys think about that, guys? Do you guys think that Khalil Mack would be good, right? He could be that third defensive end / outside linebacker. Obviously, he's not going to command top dollar. He's not who he was anymore, but he's still a great player. Last year, he balled out for the damn Chargers. So definitely let me know. Excuse me. Raider Two-Face, salute to you, brother. Long time. Damn. From the 619, huh? Booyaka, booyaka. And Twan, bro, shout out to you. Salute, salute. See, Jalen Ramsey and Khalil Mack and Keelan Allen. Damn. Okay, so we got some big names there, boys. Let's break that down real quick. Khalil Mack, absolutely am down. We just talked about Mack, right? I would love to have Mack back at the right price. Let's get him back for a 2-year deal, right? 2 to 3 year deal. Or we can even do what? A 3-year deal with a 2-year option, right? That'd be great. He can finish out his career, at least the last part of his prime. If he wants to retire, anything like that after, that's a whole nother story. Jalen Ramsey, that is a huge name. I definitely would like to trade for him, but that would take a first-round pick, and I'm not trading that 7th-round pick for Jalen Ramsey. If they were to take a 2nd-round pick, which I don't think the Rams would, I would love that. 2nd-round pick for Jalen Ramsey, boys, that would be awesome. But actually, somebody who, and Keelan Allen, Mr. Barbecue Chicken, damn. You know, I don't really want Keelan Allen. But if he was to get over here for a good contract, hey, I'm not going to be opposed. And the only reason I say that is because there's so many receivers that are going to be available in free agency and in the market right now, like DeAndre Hopkins. Who would have thought about that, right? That's what I would love to pair with Davante Adams, but that's a pipe dream. That we need to focus on defense. But as far as corner guys, somebody that I would love to also bring in would be James Bradberry, right? Elite corner, or I would say a high-end corner, right? Went to the Super Bowl last year. We all know what happened with Juju Smith and the Chiefs. There's bad blood there. Don't you guys think he's going to want his revenge against the Chiefs twice a year, right? I think he is. And I think that he'd look pretty good in silver and black, right? I think that he'd be balling out for us. So what do you guys think, guys? James Bradberry or Jalen Ramsey? Definitely drop those down in the comments. I would love to see that. Let's see. I don't think I can do a poll. Otherwise, that would make things a lot easier. But definitely, guys, hit me down in the comments. Who else do you want to be able to bring in free agency, right? So much talent. But again, this is a dialogue, this is a conversation, guys. This is all about interaction. So please let me know. Excuse me as I pull up again the list here. Oh, here we go. Twan Hollins is not that guy. We need a number 2. Yes, no, absolutely, Twan. You are absolutely correct, brother. I am not calling Hollins a number 2. He's more of a solid number 3, right? I would say a number 2 right now is obviously Renfro. Great receiver, but he didn't do so good last year. I would love to get another stud next to Davante Adams. Like I said, my dream would be to get DeAndre Hopkins, all right? That'd be amazing. We traded for him, but that's not going to happen. So if we do get another stud next to Davante Adams, that'd be amazing. But really, I would love to focus on that damn defense because it's bad when teams are consistently putting up so much points on us, right? We definitely want to turn that around. And if we do get a rookie or if we get Stidham, if we have that good defense, then let's give him a break so that he's not out there so long, right? Obviously, he's going to get help with Josh Jacobs, with Zeus coming back. I expect Zeus to have a much bigger role year 2 than he did year 1. Obviously, Jacob is still a top dog. He's going to be doing his thing. You don't take away nothing from the leading rusher, of course. Man, shout out to you, Jacobs. But I would like to see Zeus in there just a little bit more, right? Sprinkle in there. What do we think? Maybe 5 to 10 carries a game, right? Let's see. Antoine says Ramsey brings more fear to the quarterback over Bradberry. Absolutely, Twan. I agree, bro. Ramsey would be amazing to get, like I said, for a 2nd-round pick. Just because our 1st-round pick is a top 10, and I don't want to give that up. Obviously, our 2nd-round pick is still really coveted, right? It's still a really high 2nd-round pick. So if we were to offer that to the Rams and the Rams said yes, hey, man, Ziegler, get on the phone, bro. Make that call, right? Get Ramsey in here. Plus, we all know Ramsey's dad is already on the team, right? Renfro. So they'll be going in, they'll be battling it out, right? Every day in practice. And then with that comment that I said about Ramsey being the son of Renfro, if you know, you know, right? Excuse me. So yeah, so Ramsey would be great. Bradbury would also be a nice option. Think about Bradbury's, we don't have to trade any draft picks, and we just have to sign him. But either of those two would be great options. Of course, Ya-Sin is another name to re-sign. Definitely want to get Ya-Sin re-signed. He played very well for us. He shouldn't get an elite. I would say he shouldn't get elite corner money, but definitely a solid number 2. So if he's willing to settle for that number 2 corner money, by all means, guys, let's make it happen. Definitely am surprised that we're letting a couple of players test free agency, like Perriman, being that he was really good as a run stopper. I figured we would have locked him down. That's not the case. Rumors are that he is going to be testing free agency, which again, it's okay. There's other linebackers out there in free agency we can always target. But I was surprised to see that. And I was surprised to see Tillery not get a deal. Granted, he only played a couple of games for us, but I feel like he played well. He did have that one boneheaded penalty, though, that lost us a game. That still stinks. But that's as far as DTs. Hargrave, again, is the biggest name. We'll see, guys. As far as Billings, I don't want to resign him. If he's going to resign for like $3 million, let's do it. But nothing more than that. He was not a great player for us last year. And let's not sleep on our 2 young defensive tackles we drafted last year. I believe it was in the 4th round. What were their names? Oh, gosh. Blanking out. Sorry, guys. Michael G, bro. Shout out to you. Salute. But we did get those 2. Let's see. Let me look that up real quick, boys. The young DTs we got last year, I feel like they're going to be doing good. We didn't see much of them last year, obviously. But I feel like one of them is going to be at least a solid, at least depth, right? Give me a second. I'm looking him up right here. Oh, trying to save some money with the Perriman situation. Yeah, no, you're right, Juan. Definitely trying to save some money. I think Perriman is just thinking that he's worth a little more than he actually is, right? He played well. He was healthy. We know he's had health issues in the past, but obviously he was really good for us. But he's saying, hey, man, this is, and I don't blame him, right? It's a business decision, right? He's saying, hey, I'm at my best. I've been playing damn good. Pay me. And I get it, right? The guy has a right to definitely demand that. Doesn't mean we're going to pay him. Richard Lyon, bro, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Definitely take care, bro. We'll see you on the next one. Here we go, boys. Pulling that up right now in that draft last year. I apologize. I can't remember the names. Here we go. Farrell and Butler. Yeah, there we go. Farrell and Butler, guys. They solid draft picks last year is what we all thought. So it's time to see them at least play. Let them get some snaps, right? Of course, bring in some talent, but I definitely want to see what they can do. Boo. What's up with that, Ton? Let's see, guys. Oh, God. Really? Just says Alex Leatherwood, guys. Actually, let's talk about that real quick. All right. So 2021, Alex Leatherwood, gone. Merrick, disappointing. Kuntz has shown flashes. Divine Diablo, again, has shown flashes. Gillespie is gone. Hobbs, I like Hobbs a lot. And Morrissey, he left to the Texans that year. So that's always tough, right? We definitely don't want to be seeing that. Obviously, that was not with Dave Ziegler, so that does not fall on him. But we definitely want to be more like the Ravens as far as drafting, where they keep bringing in good talent and they keep supplementing their trenches. They keep re-injecting that roster with youth, and they add some veterans, and it just creates a perfect mix where it creates that winning culture. I definitely want us to just get some better defenders, right? Max and Hobbs, they need some help. Somebody that did really well for us that last year that I would like to see resigned is our safety. Excuse me. Our safety that came from New England. He had a couple picks. Damn, I'm sorry guys. I don't remember why I'm not. I'm drawing on his. I can't remember his name. Excuse me as I get tongue tied here. Apologize. Jaron Harmon. There we go, boys. Sorry. Jaron Harmon played really, really well for us. I think it was a ball hawk, right? I would like to see him resign for a 2-year deal. Technically, we'll be able to cut him after a year because he is on the, I believe he's 31. So he's getting up there in age. But as far as being a solid ball hawk, that is priceless, right? And that's somebody that we absolutely need on our secondary. So it'd be nice to get him, unless we can always upgrade it like a Jesse Bates, right? That'd be nice to see. And come on, guys. I'd like to interact with you guys in the comments. Please drop down some names on people you want to bring in on free agency. And let's see. Who else can we bring in? Sorry, guys. Looking at who else we're going to lock down here. There we go. Cleve Furl. Somebody that we can re-sign as a solid depth, right? He plays defensive tackle, but mostly plays defensive end. I think he does well as a backup, right? I think he's a solid backup. Obviously, he was drafted way too high as a first-round pick. Huge reach. We were all flabbergasted at that particular year, but the one thing he proved is that he likes being here and he plays his heart out when he's here. He might not be the best guy, but hey, we appreciate what he does. So I would definitely like to see him re-signed. That is always nice. Let me see. All right, guys. And if you guys have any questions or anybody else you want to definitely talk about, please drop it down in the comments. I definitely want to engage in conversation with you guys about that. Raider Tuan says, bring in a head coach, bring in a real head coach. Absolutely, Tuan. I agree, bro. McDaniels is he was not it, right? He was not the man last year at all. And it was a head scratcher for me too. I definitely agree. I was on Harbaugh. That was the person I particularly wanted to bring in. But at the end of the day, McDaniels is here. He is our head coach, as crazy as it is. So I would say this year, obviously it's make or break, right? He's already in the hot seat. He's either going to make it or break it. So that's the good news is if he shits a bed, he's out of here. If he does good, then we'll all be happy because we are winning. But that's definitely a great point, bro. McDaniels definitely has to step it up. I don't want him to repeat what he did with the Denver Donkeys where he went and just screwed up the team. Obviously, I could care less about that particular team, but I don't want him to do that to us. We've had so much dysfunction, so many head coaches, so many scandals with the front office, people getting fired, Marcel Reese leaving. I don't know. That's just been crazy, right? So some stability would be nice. Ziegler's proving to be solid for us. That the Davante Adams trade alone really gave Ziegler a lot of brownie points in my book, at least. That was huge. Again, I can't downplay that. Tuan says, I saw the DC pressure with the Saints. Pretty interesting. You know, Tuan, I didn't actually watch that. I saw snippets of it where he said that he was blessed to be there. And I guess he was just really happy, right? He said he was fired up after we released him to go to the Saints. And hey, man, you know, we'll see what happens there, right? It's gonna be real interesting for sure in that division now. Not the Panthers are traded up, so we'll definitely see what Carr has there. I think he will take that team to the playoffs, but again, that's a whole nother story, right? As far as what we need to do to get back to the playoffs, again, goes back to that defense. Something that I would like to see reloaded, and offensive line would like us to get a right tackle. People were saying Mike McGlinchey, excuse me, out of the Niners. I don't want him. He's going to command top dollar, and he's not an elite right tackle. He's not worth it. Recent Illuminator for sure. Obviously, the guy was a penalty machine, but he was serviceable, right? And he's going to cost half what these other linemen are going to cost. So Resign Illuminor. Definitely, I would say bring in somebody else, though, because we're going to have, let's see. So Colton, Parham, James. So Colton, Parham, James. Oh, right guard's a question mark. And then, unless that's a Illuminor, and then we got a right tackle. So right tackle, right guard. One of those two spots will be a question mark. Who do we bring in, guys? Who would you like to see the Raiders bring in? Definitely let me know down in the comments. Let's see. All right, guys. And oh man. Wow. Yeah. No, Twan, you're right, bro. Brandon Parker, bro. Jesus Christ. So Brandon Parker was re-signed, guys, for a 1-year deal. Shout out to you, Pyro. How you doing, brother? But man, Brandon Parker. No, I don't see it. I know you're just joking, bro, but damn. No, we can't have Parker. Damn, that's bad. If you guys actually think about it, right? We've had some really bad offensive tackles, right? Austin Howard, Marshall Newhouse, Brandon Parker. God, I'm sure I'm forgetting one or two in there, but damn, it's been rough times there. So definitely would like to see an upgrade. Now we don't have to get a top 5 right tackle, but at least somebody who's gonna at least hold up, right? Somebody that's average. I will take an average right tackle. Again, our priority is defense. Pyro, as a matter of fact, bro, since you just joined, thank you for joining. Name 2 defensive free agents you would like the Raiders to target. Please drop them down in the comments. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And if you guys would like to be part of the stream, guys, would love to have some of you guys on here. I will, let's see, post the link, pause on the comments. Just a second. Send it to your guest. You must want to share. Sorry, boys. I'm just putting the link on here so that I can have some of you guys join as guests, of course. So copy. And paste. There we go, boys. There is a link down in the comments. Definitely feel free to click on there and join me on here so we can have a conversation. We'll give it a second or two while somebody joins. As somebody does, somebody decides to pull up, definitely just click on the link, guys. Happy to have a conversation with all of y'all here, of course. And this is actually, whoever joins is actually going to be the first official guest of the channel. Wow. So that is definitely going to be something pretty cool, at least in my book. So definitely let me know, guys. All right. So Chuan, would you like to be part of the panel? Mike G, anybody? Pyro? All right, guys. Well, if somebody decides if they want to pull up, of course, nobody is forced. Of course, it's all willing. Let's talk about some more players that we can bring in. Let me pull up that free agency one more time, of course. Excuse me as I go to Spot Track. Wow, so many quarterbacks, right? Marcus Mariota, Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo were all names that were mentioned and linked to us. Now, who do I want out of those? Jason Stidham, or sorry, Jarrett Stidham. I know that he was the fourth option, but as far as next year, all those quarterbacks have a ceiling that we already know. So I'd rather stick with a known commodity in Stidham, who would be cheap. I'm thinking a year, nothing more than 10 million. I'm thinking 5 to 10 would be his price range, right? Something that would be rather cost ineffective. So we get Stidham, and then we get a rookie quarterback like Hooker in the second round. That'd be great. You know, Hooker can always start a couple games into the season, let him learn, right? Maybe he learns 6, 8 games into the season, or hey, maybe Stidham does okay and he rides out the rest of the year. Either way, it's a win-win because with the money, we do say we can focus on bringing in more talent. And every day it seems like more players are getting released, right? Something that I'll touch base on is we were talking about our number 2, right? Another player that recently became available is Thielen, right? Out of the Vikings. If we were to bring him in, he'd be a serviceable number 2 for sure. Him and Devontae Adams would light it up, right? Him, and then we still kept Renfrow in the slot. With Renfro's new contract and Waller's new contract, I don't see us getting rid of him. Of course, they're great players. I don't want to get rid of them, but just pointing that fact out. Let's see. So we're going to go about an hour, guys. We got about 14 more minutes or so. Again, if somebody would like to join the stream, please click on the link down in the comments. We do have the StreamYard link on there. So would love to have a conversation in the last couple of minutes with y'all. And again, you'll be the very first guest here on the show. Now, let's see. Who else do we got here, guys? Let's look at some more positions as far as free agents. Let's look at defensive tackle. That's exactly what we want to see. Here we go. Defensive tackle, boys. Update. So Fletcher or Hargrave out of Philadelphia. Okay. We got Tomlinson out of Minnesota. Sheldon Rankins was a good run stopper. Now that, hey, we got a special guest in the back, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and have him join. First official. Let's see. Bam. Let's see. All right, everybody, please welcome Raider Twan. What is up, my brother? Welcome, Twan.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, man?
What's up, brother? What's up? How you doing, man? Hey, man, you're the first official guest,
you said, man. Hey, it's a blessing, man, to be the first guest. You know what I'm saying? I the chaplain of the NWA, so
That's
it's good for me to bless your channel, man.
Hey, man, well, appreciate you. I appreciate you, Twan. I'm doing good, brother. I appreciate you, man. It's great to have you on here, bro. Much love as always. So yeah, man, the official chaplain of the NWA gracing my channel. Appreciate you, my brother. Definitely having some good conversations there, bro. Just letting everyone know with defensive with defensive tackles, right? That was the next topic I was about to cover. Who do you want to bring in, Twan?
To tell you the truth, I don't have a specific name. You know what I'm saying? I know Hargraves is one of the names that really comes out right now. I know people were before he got tagged, Deron, Payne was another one, but as long as we get a veteran, you know what I'm saying, defensive tackle that can actually get a pass rush, I don't care who it is. It could be Blues Clues for all I care. We we just need
Right.
somebody. We need somebody that can fill that pass rush role for us on the defensive end. Now
Right.
we do have, and I'm glad we have him under what I call cheap labor.
Mhm.
Is Neil Farrell. He'll
Right.
be our anchor. He'll be our
Mhm.
run stuff. I'm saying defensive tackle, and
Mhm.
I think eventually he'll get some pass rush to him. I've seen a little bit of it that I'm saying when he
Right.
was in college.
Right.
But he just needs to fine tune it. And he's young. So
Absolutely, bro. Only a sophomore, right?
yeah,
Second year player.
we don't know. We don't know, eventually what he'll eventually be. But right now we know that he can stop the run. But
Absolutely.
with that being said, we on the other side of him, we need someone that can get at it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, bro. That's true. And that's the thing is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to see an elite defensive tackle, but that's going to be a pretty penny, right? So as long as we have two, I would say serviceable defensive tackles, a
Yeah.
rookie or our second year players being two of them, right? At least as backups, that'd be great. What do you think about Tillery, man? We're letting him go.
To tell you the truth, Tillery has one of those things where I wouldn't hang my hat solely on Tillery. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I would bring him in as a auxiliary extra option,
Hmm.
rotational guy. But to go out there and say, we got Tillery and that's gonna be our, I wouldn't hang my hat on it.
Right.
I wouldn't trust it. Um so if he's gonna be an extra piece, hey, why not? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I feel about Cleveland Farrell too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Bringing him back. If he's just our extra piece,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? He's that third defensive end that comes out. You know what I'm saying? When Chandler Jones needs to drink some Gatorade or Max needs to fix his cleat or whatever, I'm
By all
good with
means,
that.
right?
You know
Absolutely, bro.
what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
And that's what I
To
was actually,
to have the
yeah, bro. No, you're right. You're
no, go
absolutely
ahead.
right. I was definitely agree with you 100%. I was saying that Klee should definitely be brought back as a backup, right? And what do you think
Mm.
about Khalil Mack, bro? I know it's not for sure that he'll get released. It's very certain though. What do you think about potentially bringing him back?
You know what, to tell you the truth, it would work. And I know some people
Yeah,
that said that it wouldn't work because, but to have that kind of rotation where, you know, Chandler Jones is out there, what I'm saying, on one side, and then you got Max on the other side. Khalil Mack can play on the inside too. You know what I'm saying? He's played inside a
absolutely.
little bit too.
Yeah,
So in on third down situations where you call like and this is what I've been calling it is like the NASCAR package. You have
right.
on third down, you have just your top pass rushers, and you really ain't caring about stopping the run or setting the anchor or anything like that. If you can get those three guys out there at the same time, it creates a problem.
Bro, that'd be amazing.
It
Absolutely
really
agree.
does.
I
So
agree.
but the question is, at what price is Khalil
Right,
Mack gonna wanna, what I'm saying?
right.
And that's the same thing with, as much as I like Ramsey, it all comes down to how much is he gonna ask,
The
you know?
compensation, right?
Yeah,
Compensation.
exactly.
Absolutely, bro. I agree. It's hey man, that's true. It's all about the numbers at the end of the day. They gotta make sense because yeah, the Raiders have a lot of money to play with this offseason. But at the end of the day, I mean, on a couple of big ticket items, it's gone, right? You get one or
Yeah.
two high end players, and that's it. So I agree, bro. I feel like Chandler Jones was definitely one of our big ticket items last year. He didn't really pay off. Um, but hey, at the end of the day, a lot of homegrown talent did it get re-signed. Not there re-signed. I feel like it's definitely time to be aggressive. I did see Raider Scout. Shout out to you, bro. On IG, he was saying that Ziegler is expected to be aggressive in free agency. So free agency in the draft. So that's if that is true, that's really reassuring.
Mm.
Definitely wants, proves that he wants to win. He did prove last year with the Devontae Adams trade that he is willing to be aggressive. So that wouldn't surprise me if he does another trade. So with that, setting up the question, if Ziegler could bring in another player via trade, who would you want him to bring in? Would it be Ramsey or somebody else?
I'm good with Ramsey,
Uh-huh.
but I just want talent in here.
Yeah.
I just really
Yep.
want talent in here, and if they can do that, then I'm all for it. Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You want me to take you off?
No, it was good.
Okay, for sure. No, absolutely, bro. Raider Nation, though, let me know your thoughts, please. Anybody in the comments? The StreamYard link is down in the comments. Please feel free to click it. Come on screen with us. We can have up to 6 people at once. So obviously, there's plenty of space to have more of a dialogue. Here with my boy Twan. Shout out to you, the official chaplain of the NWA, of course. We got Cool Kev saying no Mac, please. Cool Kev, please elaborate. Why no to Mac? Is it simply you don't want the player, or you think he's going to be too expensive? I'd like to hear the why behind that, brother. Let's see. And Pyro, Michael G, anybody else, man, who wants to jump on screen, please click that link. Jump, feel free to have a jump on screen here with us. As we do that, let's keep looking here, guys. Who else do we got? Wow, Maurice Hurst, right? Mo Hurst, man. Yeah, so I would say a lot of these players, man, I don't know. Not a lot of great defensive tackles, unfortunately. Let's look at another position. Kind of want to look at that safety position, as a matter of fact. Let's look at the free safeties. Because although I like Merrick, man, he cannot catch a cold, right? He's had interceptions hit him in the hands, and he just does not get them. On 6 says, question, what does our QB room look like next year? Wow, great question, bro. So our QB room, excuse me, this is what I think it's going to look like. It's going to be Jason Stidham, right? He's going to definitely be re-signed, whether as a backup or as our starter. And we're definitely going to have a rookie sitting behind him. Somebody I would like to get would be, as I've been making it known in this particular video, is Hendon Hooker in the 2nd round. I think he would be great to sit for a few games, if not the season. Kid has a lot of potential, right? But the rumor is that it's going to be Stidham and sorry, not Stidham. It's going to be Garoppolo and Richardson. That's one of the big rumors out there right now, that the Raiders are looking at bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo and trading up to 3 for Richardson. I am not happy with that. I do not want that. Garoppolo is a downgrade from Carr, who would be commanding over $30 million a year. That is disgusting. As far as it's a disgusting overpay, when you can just pay Stidham $5 to $10 million a year to be the same quarterback, because we all know Garoppolo is going to go down sometime in the season. Now Richardson, I made it known earlier in this video, I don't want him at 7. But there's a lot of rumors saying that we're going to trade up to 3 to get him, right? Even though that's insane in my book. The kid is an elite athlete. So if we were to get him, then I would just have to pray that he figures it out. Let's see. Cool Kev says he hasn't taken any teams to the playoffs and his money is too high. No, I agree, Cool Kev. I do not want Garoppolo. I want to make that very clear. I do not want Jimmy Garoppolo at all whatsoever. I want him to go to the Texans so that we don't have to worry about him. But there's a lot of rumors everywhere, at least like ESPN and Bleacher Report, like all the insiders and such are really stirring the pot, saying that Garoppolo is in the Raiders' radar and that we are highly interested in him. So again, I'm hoping that the Texans just make the move and they just take him, because I do not want Garoppolo. He's going to demand top dollar, and he's just not worth it, right? So let's re-sign Stidham. Let's get that rookie. And I think that'd be a good move right there. For Mac, he hasn't taken teams to the playoffs. Gotcha. It's true. He didn't. I mean, well, okay. My only counter argument would be the year he originally got traded to the Bears, right? He was known as the monster from Midway or whatever. He did really damn good for them, bro. He was just wrecking games. I remember he had one game where he was facing Aaron Rodgers, bro, and yeah, Aaron Rodgers was having a nightmare of a game. But again, that was a couple of years ago. Last year, though, he did have a really solid season. Let's face it, he went back to Pro Bowl caliber form. And Bosa was next to him, which we all know Joey Bosa can't stay healthy. So if he was next to Mad Max, that'd be amazing. That'd be two Raiders I would definitely love to see on opposite edges, and having our D tackles in the middle, right? So that's definitely some good dialogue there. I'm gonna be wrapping it up in about 10 minutes or so, guys. We're about an hour mark. So if anybody else, shout out to you, Tuan. Thank you so much for joining, brother. If anybody else or Tuan, and if you would like to come back on the video to finish up the last 10 minutes, please feel free to do so. Please click that link, guys. Hit that like button. Definitely wanted to bring in my perspective because I know we haven't been able to talk about these topics, right? But I am very excited to be back. As a matter of fact, one thing that I will bring up here real quick are these notes that I made. I held on to. So it was actually some grades that I had when we originally made these moves. So Davante Adams, I gave that an A+, and I still give it an A+. Chandler Jones, I give that an A at the time, right? These are all grades at the time when they were done. So Chandler Jones, I give it an A. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. Don't give that now. Maybe a D. Anthony Averett, I give that a B. Demarcus Robinson, a B. Man, and these are all moves that I feel like we were all really happy about, right? Jerron Harmon, I give that a B+. So I'm really happy about that. Demarcus Robinson could have been good for us, but obviously he just didn't pan out. Averett, God, he was such a disappointment. He was supposed to, and I wrote underrated there. That's why I gave that a B, because Averett was supposed to have been a really solid, underrated move for us. But man, he was just David Arnett 2.0, right? That was unfortunate. But again, hindsight is always 2020. We never know what we're going to get. One thing that really drives that point home is when we re-signed Sean Smith and David Amerson to deals after they had Pro Bowl years. I'm sure you guys remember that. That was back in Oakland. Amerson had 1 year for us, and we're like, who is this guy? And we had just signed Sean Smith off the Chiefs. That's back when we had Ken Norton Jr. as our defensive coordinator, I believe. And we're super happy about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest in the back. Let's welcome back my brother, Tuan.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I had messed around and forgot to plug in my laptop. So it completely died out on me. But
no, you're good, bro. You're good, bro. You know what's funny about that, right? So I was gonna go live. I went live at 4. I was gonna originally go live earlier. And I hadn't used my laptop in the longest, to be honest with you, bro.
Okay.
I bought it just for this, right? For the channel. This is like the third time I actually use it. Right? Because our phones are pretty much laptops nowadays, right?
Of course.
So, bro, I plug it in and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna set it up, and it's dead. So I charged it for an hour or so, but I'm like, wow, I hadn't used it in that long that it just lost power. So definitely not, that won't be happening anymore though, guys. I'm back to stay. One thing is we obviously all have different opinions, which is great, and healthy debates and dialogue is always welcome. So I definitely want to do that. And one thing that I also want to bring again is just NFL dialogue, but those will be their own, shows and whatnot, because so many crazy things going on, right, Tuan? Yeah, so many crazy things going on, bro. As far as players getting released, players getting traded. I mean, actually, Tuan, let me ask you this, bro, just because it's somewhat relevant to the Raiders. Do you think that Rodgers comes here or that he goes to the Jets?
I think he's going to the Jets.
I think so, too. I think it's very probable, right? There were already reports saying that they're kind of just getting the deal into place or whatever.
Yeah.
But it also, this leads me to the next question, which is Lamar Jackson. Do you think it's realistic that we get him, and do you want to bring him in?
If we were, and other people see me on other lives, and mm-hmm. I'm cool with getting an upgrade at quarterback. I'm saying, if that's what we were going to do, mm-hmm. I'm saying. But looking at it, even more, if they were so. if they were so hard on, not paying DC the amount that he wanted, what makes it,
I agree.
okay
Great point, bro. You hit
to
that on the head.
spend that same amount of money or even more on, so I to be honest with you, I don't know. Would I like it? Yes.
Yeah, I think we all would love that move, right? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, we're all desperate at this point
Yeah.
because at this point there's not too many quarterbacks out there that is an upgrade to what we had.
Right.
And then looking at how this draft is going to play out, we may not even get a quarterback that's ready to play this year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, bro, you're right. It's looking more and more like we're going to be playing Stidham, right? That's going to be our guy for the year. And so as far as Stidham, people say the Niner game. And this is my counter argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Niners had no film on him. They were not prepared. They didn't know what to expect. So he came in and did his thing. But once they had film on him, the next game, he was brought back to earth, right?
Exactly.
And yeah, bro. So, I mean, I don't feel confident that we'll do great with Stidham, but I mean, it's what's going to happen. So I'm pretty much bracing for it. If we get a rookie, which again, I want Hendon Hooker, it's going to be real interesting, but, at that point, I would say, let's just let the rookie do his thing. Let's let the rookie learn so that we see, hey, if this rookie is not it, we can, get somebody else next year. And so forth. But what do you think, bro? Who do you want to have to complement Stidham?
There's a few quarterbacks that I like, but they're actually in the lower end of the draft.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. Like who?
We're talking about Hendon Hooker, of course, is Hendon Hooker is definitely a guy that I was looking at. You know what I'm saying, in the later rounds, because I feel just the way that I would like us to go in the draft, I would like us to get the top defensive player, number one. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's the corner, whether that's the defensive tackle, whether that's the linebacker, I want the top defensive player at 7. And with that being said, then that means that you're going to possibly miss out on, but they're probably, like I said, they're the guys that I would like that are day ones. They're probably going to be gone, which is Bryce Young and CJ Stroud.
Facts, bro. That's the only person that I would take at 7 is Stroud or Young. I agree, but they'll be gone.
And for me, the only thing about Anthony Richardson is that he runs fast.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that he has.
And that's the thing about Richardson is he's an elite athlete, not a great. He's a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm looking at the guy out of Stanford, Taylor McKee. I think that's what his first name is. His last name is McKee. I like DTR from UCLA. He's a quarterback from UCLA. You can get him out. You can get him probably, in the 4th or 5th rounds. It just depends on how, again, the draft is playing out. But
would you like him or Haener from Fresno?
Haener, actually, I have to go back and look at some more film on him. He looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
But again, we're looking at those guys. They're not going to be able to start this year. You're going to have to sit them at least a year, and then they'll be ready. So that's why I'm just like, I guess we got to roll with Stidham. And like you said, and I've been saying it all over is, those people that are so in love with Stidham, is a dangerous slope because, now the NFL has 2 games worth of film on this player. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Arkham, it's so easy if I threw you out there at quarterback, if nobody knew what you was about.
It's an unknown. You're right, bro. It's an unknown. You don't know what this player's going to do. You don't know what they're good at. And, I agree, bro. this is something that I've been having a few debates with on people that are
Mm.
saying like sit him as our guy, lock him up for a 5-year contract, whoop de whoop. He's not that guy. Signing him for we send him for a
Yeah.
2-year deal, 1-year deal. That's cool with me. I would say like 2 years, like what 2 years, 15 mil. That's like 7.5 a year, right? Because
Yeah, that's about the ballpark.
right, so about 2 years, 15 mil. That'd be pretty cool. But he's definitely not it. He's not that guy. And
Mm.
I mean, is he really any better than like what when we had like McGloin? You know?
I've thrown out that name for the longest when
No
people
way,
said
really?
stuff to me about is
Oh,
McGloin.
bro. That's what I think of.
I've thrown that and you know what is crazy because you know we did this is the second time we saw this
Mm-hmm.
in the organization. DC got hurt in that Charger game,
Mm-hmm.
and Mariota went out there and played like
Right?
he was the best
Oh
thing
my
since
God.
sliced
Remember,
bread. And everybody's
he had
like,
that.
"Oh, Mariota, Mariota, oh Mariota!" And then what is he?
Did you see that
What?
touchdown to Waller?
Yeah,
Right when
that's
he
how a quarterback plays, right?
mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, that same quarterback goes to Atlanta, and where is he at now?
He's in the unemployment line. And he went to a weak division, bro. You nailed that on the head. People are talking about Mariota is going to be this and that, and I was like, he's great as a backup. He's not a starter. There's a reason why he is where he is, right? There's a reason why they started Ritter over him, right?
Mm.
That's going to be tough, man. That's definitely going to be tough. Geez, I know it's.
And I wanted Mariota to do well when he went over there. And I'm on record for saying that because I don't want nobody to be like, "Hey, I heard you say that you wanted Mariota." I wanted him to do well, but we saw what it was.
I'm an Oregon Duck fan, so I was rooting for him. I mean, I was happy when we got him. I'm like, hey, that's a Duck, right? But yeah, bro, that's tough. That's tough. Talking about that, as a matter of fact, excuse me, Caleb Williams. Okay. People keep throwing his name out there. Obviously, I am just gonna make this very clear. I do not embrace losing. I do not tank. I'm totally against that. Right? I'm like, I'd rather win one game and say that I freaking fart my heart out. Fart my heart out. What's your take, Swan?
To be honest with you, if we have Stidham at quarterback, we'll get somewhere close to one.
Yeah, it's true, bro.
It could be that situation for us.
That's true.
I hate to say it like that, but we're probably gonna be somewhere where we are now.
True.
If not worse.
That's a good point, bro.
If we don't do anything at the quarterback position, because I don't think Stidham is going to be able to carry us a whole season.
I don't think so. Especially like you said, now that he's figured it out, I don't think he'll be that guy.
Yeah.
And we have a hard schedule next year. That's one thing people, I don't know if they haven't looked into yet, bro, or what, bro, but we have a really, really tough schedule next year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hard season for sure.
When you look at the schedule, you know what I'm saying, and I know you've looked at the schedule because I know you do your studying. When you look at the schedule, you'll find that we're playing more playoff teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Than not. You know what I'm saying? And that is a problem. When you have teams that have been in the playoffs, obviously they're in the playoffs because they are established. Obviously they're in the playoffs because their roster is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they already have a leg up on us, and they're going to get better because obviously they're going to draft and free agency, and they get the same chances that we get, but they're already ahead of us. So we're already in a tough situation as it is. Just with the and it don't matter when we play them; they're just a playoff team.
And the thing that sucks is the division we're in, right? Because we got the damn Chiefs, who, as much as I hate to admit this, I I'm also I try to be, as realistic as I can.
Mm.
Mahomes is a elite fucking quarterback, probably the best quarterback in the league, right? And then we got the Chargers, who still got their defense, and they still got, excuse me, a solid offense. So yeah, man, it's just. And then we got Sean Payton on the Donkeys, so that's gonna be tough. Sean Payton is obviously not gonna play there, but elite coaching always. He's gonna make that program so much better. So man, it's gonna be tough, but I think we got this. I think it's as far as long as Ziegler makes the right moves, bro. This is such a critical freaking offseason. It's crazy. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Twan?
I've been, I like to hold true to the things that I say, and I've been saying, also this at the same time that, Ziegler is going to have to do a really phenomenal job.
Yeah.
This off season. You know what I'm saying? Free agency's coming up next week. You know what I'm saying? And then after that is the draft. And Ziegler's going to have to knock out everything out the park. You know what I'm saying? There's no, there's no opportunities to be like, okay, you can hit here and you can miss here. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to hit on all of that. And, I'm glad that certain things are playing out. I just heard that Max Crosby restructured.
He did.
And his restructure is allowing us to get 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5.
You know what I'm saying? That could be a player right there.
Absolutely.
Just along with that 7.5.
Yeah.
That could be a player. That could be two role guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they're starting to move that around.
Yeah.
But Ziegler's going to have to do his job for real.
He is, bro. The one thing that I can say is just based on how it's looking right now, it's looking like Ziegler's setting up to do another big move. He's creating cap, right? We got some good money to play with. I don't know. I just got a good feeling. I have a feeling that he's going to get, he's going to swing for another big trade. And I'd be okay with that. Again, as long as it doesn't involve our first round pick, that's too damn important. Because worst case scenario, I love second round picks, bro. I feel like second round picks I love them because it's easy to get some really good players. And if you trade back, right? Like let's say we trade back with that's actually something I'm looking at for next show to see where we can trade back. But if we trade back and we pick up like another second round pick, that's fantastic. You know what I mean? That'd be 2 second rounders, and we'd be picking in the late first, ideally, or mid first. Or even shit, like if we trade back, we're at 7. Let's say we trade back to like the 20s, then that's at least another first round pick or a second and a third round pick.
Yeah.
But absolutely, man. It was a pleasure having you on, Twan. Appreciate you, bro. Definitely, guys, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and we will be back soon. Twan, my brother, I appreciate you. Raider Nation. Peace out, guys. I'm going to be wrapping up the stream. Thank you so much for everybody that was here. Much love. And actually, Twan, let's end it with the Raiders. Yes, sir. Take care, my brother. Appreciate you.
Uh-huh.